what is new, what is going on, and it is NASCAR season. That's exactly what we're seeing out here. Good to see everybody out there. It is that time for the Signature Esports Truck Series here on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and, of course, Twitter, or formerly X, formerly known as Twitter. I have to get used to saying that. Could be a good race. First and only road course on our schedule here for Thursday night racing here for Signature Esports, and what we're doing over here in this one is it's going to be fun. Chicago Street Course. It's the first time I've ever called it, first time I've ever going to be a part of it, and I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a good time. The track is a whole lot to take in, and just watching the elevation changes, the pavement changes, just how technical this track is for as simple as the layout is pretty darn fantastic. So we're going to see what the drivers do today as they get ready to go through the streets of Chicago. That's what they're doing. Patsfan on YouTube giving you race information for today's race. It is 45 laps. There are 3 sets of tires. There are no stages, no fast repairs. They do have 100% fuel. At qualifying right now here for week 5, you're going to see the 82-degree air temperature, 32% humidity, partly cloudy skies, 10-mile-an-hour wind. Track temperature at cool, calm, 111 degrees Fahrenheit. That's crazy. 2.12 miles in length for the NASCAR circuit, and it is right there, pretty close to sea level, just 605 feet above sea level. It's crazy. Chicago is this is a pretty darn cool track, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's been well worth the purchase for the drivers if anybody had to buy it, if they have not been out there seeing it. Gold Dragon, thank you for following on Twitch out there. Appreciate you. Thank you to the fine folks getting out there on YouTube. Give us a like. Chris, thank you very much for the like out there as well. Much love to you. Thank you to new followers out there on Facebook as well. I believe Gavin gave us a follow as well just a little while ago. Thank you, Gavin. I appreciate you. These drivers are going to be ready to go. Some fast drivers out there, some drivers putting down some heaters, and some drivers that are looking to put in some time. So it has turned into a heck of a race, and it's turned into a heck of a week. And I believe I've updated the points. I want to double check that I did because, well, those things kind of slip by me sometimes. So I want to make sure that we're good to go there. Jacob Denson leads in points. Harcum, Robert, Rich, and McCarty are going to be the drivers that do that. So I thought we did update points. Maybe I did, and I didn't post. No, I did. February 1st. Jacob Denson leads in points, and will most likely, I think, going to be your pole sitter here for today's race. Actually, take that back. Scott Feltz is going to be your pole sitter. Charlie Harcum, your outside pole sitter. Forgive me on that one. Scott ran a heck of a lap, 133.717. And that's kind of the lap times we've been seeing. And it's been pretty insane to see these drivers put in the time. Jacob Denson, Rich Holland, and I should have shortened up the pace lap, and I apologize to the drivers for not doing that, but it'll give them a chance to get through the segments here and get their tires warmed up. Roberts and Brad Dove making up row number 3. Justin Coy, Alex Thompson, row number 4. Nathan Biggart's going to have Levi McCarty in row number 5. Casey Tomlinson and Rock Rieger are going to be there in row 6. And we're going to give some EOLs. Yeah. Was that you, Charlie? Oh, it's Corey? Yeah, Corey, I can do it. Sorry. You guys sound a lot alike. Yeah, Coy. Yeah, sorry. No big deal. No big deal. All right. We'll do that. We'll give some drivers some EOLs. We'll make sure we do that. We'll give Justin Coy an EOL. We're going to be race controlling today, so because localized cautions, all that stuff. So we'll make sure that we do that. Where is Mr. Coy? Move to the end of the line. As soon as they cross the start-finish line, we'll do that. As soon as we can get these drivers going. It's going to be a ton of fun. So yeah, we're going to be race controlling at the same time. We're going to be listening to the drivers. We're going to make sure that they take care of their time, take care of everything they have going on. And ta-da. There it is. Oh. That was not meant for Charlie. Charlie, hold your thing. Hold where you're at, brother. I will clear your black flag. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that, Charlie. I wasn't trying to do that to you. All right, we're gonna change some controls here, folks. We got to do this option. Clear all will be here. Yellow will be here. And yep, we're gonna hit done. Okay, all right. We don't have a wheel hooked up, so yep, they're gonna be rolling. Scott Phelps is gonna be up here. We're gonna make sure we clear the black flags and make sure everybody's good to go. Take a look one more time. Back up here. Yep. Options. Again, clear all is gonna be up. This one's gonna be down. Yep. Hit done. Hit okay. All right. Yeah, no, these things do happen. Appreciate everybody being out there. Denson leads in points. Harcum second in points, 28 points off of the total. Bill Bears is going to be there as well. Levi McCarty sits fifth. Retchen's going to be fourth in the points. We're seeing the drivers be able to get out there and run. They're going to have some fun. That is your starting grid. Thank you to all the drivers for getting out there running and enjoying themselves. It's going to be a tight race. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody's going to be able to do here. The safety car will go in, and this is such a great racetrack. I watched it. And it just looked amazing. So we'll see how this one's gonna pan out as the drivers go through the streets of Chicago here for 45 laps. It will be. I think it's gonna be a great time. I really do. I think it's gonna be a ton of fun, and there's a lot of elevation changes. There's a lot of speed to be gained, and a lot for the tires to soak in. And I truly do think that this one is it's gonna be a ton of fun. There they go. They're ready to go. I'm ready to go. We're going to do this right here for 45 laps. Going to be a green flag. No penalties, no penalties, no penalties, no penalties. Here we go. All right, we're going to go. Scott Phelps, Charlie Harcum. One more time for the clear on the penalties. We're good to go. Scott Phelps out front right now. A lot of drivers going to be trying to get their pace, trying to get their speed, and figure out this racetrack as they go. Scott Phelps out front, and the big shoot again. A lot of quick adjustments, some short shoots, and some very fast segments. This is one of the fastest segments on the circuit right now. You're going to see as they come around and get some of the race line in. We're going to put up the track map here. We're going to go by car number. It's going to be right there for you. Sharp left-hander here about midway through the track as they come around and make that left-hander. Right-hander coming up. It's going to be a downhill braking zone. This one has two different sections right there that has a whole lot of grip on the braking zone, but on top of the hill, not as much. Through this nice U-turn, we're going to see bigger drivers getting choked up here. We'll see if everybody's going to be okay. No fast repairs. Again, the drivers will flip the U-turns, get themselves working back, and they have 45 laps to get themselves figured out here as Nathan Biggert will dig into the corner. Rolling. Scott Phelps out front. Some drivers having to go back to work. 13 seconds back now for some of the drivers. See the top five all working. We'll have to go back. We'll take a look and see what happened. This happened right here into the braking zone. Looked like Biggert was there right behind Robert. Just heavy braking, and the 51 went to the inside, and the 01 got a minimize damage. Some drivers getting around. There's Brad Dove right there as well. So that is what choked up. That's one of the things about this street course that's so tough, is seeing the drivers get as they make these. Now there are localized cautions. So the drivers will have to work through anybody that's spun around and all of those things that can happen. So we'll always keep apprised to what the drivers are going to have happening here. And it's going to be, I don't know, this is going to be a ton of fun. We'll see. Scott Phelps out front. Harcum's going to be in second. How about Spicy to third? He likes his road courses. Into the heavy braking zone they go. Turning the left-hander to get up here to what I call, I'm calling this one the ouchie corner, because that's pretty much what happened to me whenever I got out there and I practiced for just a few laps, not too many, but just a few. Jacob Denson rolling back here as well as they take the wonderful horseshoe, and I'm going to pull up the actual track names here as I do that, because the fountains where they held the ceremonies, and that was a blast to watch them be able to do as well. The streets are filled. It was great to watch. It was great to watch. And right now, Robert's trying to play catch up here to Jacob Denson, the 28.98, a little bit off the pace of Scott Phelps. But some of the faster laps are going to be running later in when these tires start to wear out, as they take the left-hander here and back to the right-hander as they come around turn 2. Turn 3 is going to be a dog leg to the right. And then turn 4 is this carries speed as well. And the braking zone right here by the Xfinity markers is going to be a very, very slow turn into a short chute. And as they do hit turn 5, they're going to hit one of the fastest segments here. It's going to be a lot of speed on all of these trucks to be able to get down to turn 6, which is going to be the left-hander you're going to see coming up. Turn 6 takes you to some of the fastest laps on the segment. You see pit road exit back here as well. Driver's going to be tapping walls. There's going to be a lot to be said as you see Levi McCarty trying to play catch-up here as they continue to work. Levi McCarty on the uphill section gets down into the braking zone. Again, we talk about where the drivers work their race lines. Turn 7, turn 8. Coming up here, the turn 8 corner. Fantastic corner. As this horseshoe area right here is considered turn 9. Kind of like a weird chicane, but I don't know. It just reminds me of that. So turn 10 coming up right there. Now turn 11 is a right-hander. As you see Levi pushing the boundaries of this as the overpass is where it's an uphill section right there for the walking path that is underneath. And then back on to the front straight as he got around turn 12. Lots of momentum, lots of pace, lots of things going on. Thank you, Coulter, for the like. Thank you, James Gresham, for the like as well. Much love to you. Thank you to everybody out there watching on all the platforms. Good evening, Noma TV. Much love to you. Noma TV is the sponsor of today's race, and I talked about him before, and I talk about him again. He's one of the best out there when it comes to being able to find the segments that you want to be a part of when it comes to racing and NASCAR and things that we see. That'll be one of the guys that you're gonna be able to get out there and you're gonna find, because well, I tell you what, he's put in the effort, he's put in the time, and National Online Motorsports Association should be the guy that you go to for your iRacing broadcast as well as myself. So we'll see. Charlie Harcum, heavy braking there. Brad Devlot, we're going to see a lot of heavy braking zones be flirted with here as the Chicago Street Course starts to develop. 4:45. They should have only one pit stop here, I do believe. Alex Thompson into pit road. I think he's getting the truck worked on. Justin Croy tailed into the field here as they continue to work here. 12 drivers in today's race. I didn't expect a big field out of this one. I do expect Daytona in 2 weeks to be a part of what we do. Now, I will tell you that Daytona is going to be off. We usually have it every Thursday, but because next week is Valentine's week, and there's a lot going on there, I want to make sure that we put the effort into to spend some time with our spouses and whatnot. So we'll see. Alex Thompson is going to stay here and take the outside lane on the corner. Good job by the driver. He's going to be a lap down right now. 1:35 the average, as we see the fastest laps being ran by Scott Phelps as a 4.85 second lead, as we'll see Levi McCarty try to track that driver down. He ran a 1:34.74 and a 1:34.46 his last time by. He's going to try to get to the inside of Alex Thompson as they get into the braking zone here. Down the short chute into the turn. You see the 16 try to hold on to the truck. 51 goes to the inside. Robert's Denson rolling. 1:36.15 holding on as Denson tries to catch up to that driver right there. Alex Thompson into the wall. Man, had to reset there. Poor Alex. He got out and stopped there. Here's a look at what had just happened. 51 into the braking area. 51 has the inside lane. Brake. Just locks up the tires. Oh, head on. Oh, Levi McCarty with a little bit of a dent there. As we'll go back to the live conditions here. That's a far chase view for the drivers. How about a look? Here's what it looks like from overhead. This is that blimp cam that I love so much. Scott Phelps holding on. Levi, I think, might have just messed up some of his qualifying, and I think that's why he had to start at the tail end of the field there. It was insane to see. Thank you to Noma and all the fine folks out there at the National Online Motorsports Association Television. Make sure you check out their YouTube channel. It is linked in the description, but we're gonna link it anyway because that's just what we do. You know, that's important to me. So we're gonna show that on Facebook, and we're still showing it, as we'll see a lot of the drivers get out there and connect. Apparently, I don't know how to type. I thought I had all this stuff presented. At Noma-TV, not underscore, Noma-TV. So sorry, folks. Noma-TV. The storm blew past me. It's still working its way. We had gusts of 35 miles an hour earlier. Go check out Noma. I want you to do it because he's the best. What's up, Penguin? Good to see you. This one's been cool. We're gonna pin these comments. There we go. Because I want you to check them out. We're gonna pin that comment. We're gonna, when I get the chance. Our reactions are crazy. The reaction button for YouTube is right there. Penguin, I saw what you were doing earlier. Good streams. How about a look at this racetrack? Yeah, it's thunder and lightning. Shut down the computer. Didn't want to fly it. Good. Yeah, we still have a lot. We're still working on some things over here. So we'll see. Brad Dove got himself to pit road, got some of the damage worked on. He's going to run the track for as long as he can. As we'll see, 7 of 45 being completed. Tomlinson is going to be back here in that number 9 new addition to the series. And so is Rock. Rock got out there and had some fun. Ooh, baby, hold on to it, Rock. He had some good lap times in practice, so he's going to be holding on to right now. Justin Coy coming around to the corner, trying to play catch-up to the driver. Riga gets himself rolling forward, doing a great job of putting it out there. Good timing for everybody. Scott Phelps out front, seeing a few drivers work on it. Robert's working on it and digging out of the corner. Here's Chris Robert. She's going to be one of the driver cams that you see here, putting some time in for the Beef Jerky Unlimited driver cams. Good to see the driver out there putting some time out. Going to have some fun right on the back bumper of Jacob Denson here in the 28. As these drivers continue to go to work, you can still see these long straightaways are kind of deceiving for a lot of the drivers because you can still see the race leader on the long straights. Short straights, not so much. So it gives you a little bit of an idea. Here's a look on board of what you see here. Gear changes. Oh, baby. 35 goes around. As Holland will have to spin this thing back around. He's going to do so. He'll go back to work. Tires starting to light up for some of the drivers. 8 of 45. Had a great race, sitting at third. Still can have a great race. And we'll see Spicy get back up into the next hill. As we'll see Levi McCarty move over to fourth. He's got some pace here as well. Got to work on the back bumper of the 98 Robertson for Denson. Up to third now. Levi, we watched him practice earlier, had some great race lines as well, and a lot of time to be put out there. As you'll see, these drivers work on it. Nathan Biggert works himself back up to seventh as well. Biggert in the 02. I'm sorry, in the 01, up 2. You see Levi working on it. Back to the main screen here. Spicy lost a lot of time there, but had a lot of good effort into the corner. As we'll see what these drivers do. Here it is. Here's your track map back up for you. Oop, car number. There it is. 11 taking turn 6. And there's the 88 of Charlie Harcum taking turn 6 right now. As you see the 28 of Jacob Denson trying to play catch up here as well. 8 of Justin Coy back here in the Chevy, working on his race line, putting some time in. Scott Feltz, the only driver ahead of him, puts him a lap down. The 7 drivers off the lead lap right now. Holland going to be trying to play catch up here as we see Nathan Biggert had gotten around him. But I think Spicy will be fine. A little bit of time on the racetrack is always good for him. I appreciate Spicy getting out there running. And it's kind of a quick race. I know 45 laps seems like kind of a lot for a road course, but for the most part, it's been. I mean, we're already 10 laps in, and they've ran about 14 minutes of driving. So that's pretty awesome. Whoa, Denson going around sideways here as McCarty and Roberts will now duke it out. So the battle for third just got a little bit more tight as Levi McCarty shoots to third. You see the 98 of Roberts on the back bumper. 51 had made the pass on the 98. Riga sideways back here, has to get himself back in the braking zone. Hold on as everybody's starting to catch back up. Now is where the tires start to light underneath the car. There's Spicy back there as well, looking to try to put some time in. I think Riga might be just having an issue. Tomlinson getting around. These drivers trying to compete for position as the tires start to really heat up. The more you burn the tires up, the worse off it can be. As a 15-second difference here for Harcum as Levi McCarty tries to go to work. Scott Feltz out front. Good to see Scott doing a great job at the road course. Alex, thank you for the like and the share, sir. I appreciate you. We are rolling. This is great. Tomlinson having an issue back here. We'll make sure he's okay. This is on his lap 9. He cooked the corner. No, he just stopped kind of hard. Didn't look like he looked like he was fine. Maybe a little sideways. He's fine. He's good. He's fine. Man, oh man. Scott Feltz out front. Little bumper-to-bumper action out there. Here's a look. Looked like the 01 was on the back bumper of the 8. They went up the hill. On the uphill, so hard. He was trying to get out of the way. Heard that big apology right there. The 8 trying to get out of the way of the 01. Chicago Street Course giving us all the fits you could ever ask for. That is for sure. Charlie Harcum out front as the drivers go to work. I didn't even check in on the fuel mileage, any of that stuff. So, you know, those are things that I probably should have asked. Hey, Alex, you're out there watching. How many laps of fuel could you get? Because I didn't look. Made an oops. Tomlinson getting heavy on the brakes here. Feltz, Harcum, 19 seconds. How about Levi McCarty on the back bumper of the 28? Scott Feltz putting in the effort here and doing a phenomenal job of managing the pace. Going to complete a lap 11. And it's going to have the left-hander coming up turn 1. The braking zone right there, very impressive. As you'll see the gap now to Levi McCarty. McCarty, his last lap, 135.72, a little bit better than Scott Phelps. The sectors all matching and try to matter. Again, McCarty having those issues early and not being able to qualify where he needed to, put himself behind the ball here when it comes to getting in and putting in that extra time. So we're seeing how the laps are going to be able to hold on here. So we'll see if McCarty can whittle away any of this 20-second lead. But Scott Phelps running a flawless race right now. Biggert just ran his fastest lap, or one of his fastest laps of the race this last time by, 134.83. And he's at about 26 seconds to go. Brad Dove back here competing. There's Spicy going around. You see the 8 there as well. Dove's going to be 2 laps down. But, this is the thing about getting out here and driving this racetrack. There's no cautions. You get out there, you put yourself in behind the wheel, get the practice in, especially when this thing comes in. Ooh, Charlie Harcum having an issue here. Ooh. Charlie, we'll see. See Will Bears in third. Harcum gets into the left-hander. Oh, heavy brake. Oh, locks him up. Goes around and salvages the nose here. Ooh, holds the brake. A great job by the driver as they roll 13 of 45. So it is now a game of cat and mouse. Tomlinson coming to pit road. Is going to get the truck worked on. Some tires, get out there, get some more sectors in. About a 15-lap segment, not a bad time. 32 laps of fuel. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Because you got to think about the super speedways. Super speedways, you can get about 30-ish laps, something like that. So I thought it might be a little bit short. So pitting about halfway is not a bad idea. 22, 23, somewhere around that lap. We'll see. Tomlinson's going to be 2 laps down here. He's going to be coming off pit road. As you'll see, the driver's going to work. Oh, baby. Hold on to it, Riga. Going to get his nose out of the way. Back it up. Going to game on here for the Twin Peaks. I like the plaid. There's the eye overlay on the back there for Riga. Oh, man. Man, oh man, they can come around and get it fixed. I'm hearing meatball flags out there. No fun. These things do happen. The 11 of Phelps having in the braking, taking conservative lines. Dinger, what do you say, man? Thank you for the like and the share, sir. I hear the commentary. It's. I know I wanted to try something different. Dinger, thank you. Good to see you as well, sir. Much love. Much love. How are you doing? Good to see everybody out there. Yeah, I wanted to give everybody a chance. We're having to go to pit road. Justin Coy into pit road as well. So we're going to see how that works. Phelps out 14 of 45. This is fun. This is actually not a bad time. Icy doing exactly what he said he was going to do. He was just going to start saving if he had any issues. He's just going to start saving. Exactly what he's doing. Just saving himself, trying to get himself more spots. If he can get himself more spots, he's going to do it. Got Phelps' last lap, 136.14. Roberts just ran his fastest lap of the race. He's getting faster on older tires, 135.83. And is faster than the drivers ahead of him. So a top 3 night for Chris Roberge as Nathan Bigger tries to climb himself back forward as well. 2.7 seconds between he and Roberge as the street course goes to work. Jacob Denson back to 5th. They call him Jacob on iRacing. Jared is the name. He's doing all right. Charlie Harcum, his teammate, not far off. These guys started 1-2-3, or 1-2-4, forgive me. And right now, we're seeing the 11. Whoa, baby, going to the outside of the 9, giving the race line to the 9 there. Levi McCarty in second, 20 seconds the gap. May have to short shoot it. I don't know if he's going to be able to. I don't know where he's going to get the time, but he's trying. That's for darn sure. How about Nathan Biggert? 3 seconds faster on older tires. 1:34.14. Here is your last 5 lap times. Jacob Denson falling off Nathan Biggert's pace. Nathan getting faster, closing in a couple of seconds each lap. Roberge getting a little bit faster each lap. And trying to figure some things out. Nathan Biggert's fastest lap, 1:33.42. Fastest lap on the circuit ran by Levi McCarty in a 1:33 flat. And Roberge catching a little each lap at a time. And you see Roberge starting to put the pressure on. 18.5 seconds now. Scott Feltz. He's a little bit of his laps starting to dwindle here. And as the old tires start to come into play, these drivers look to put in some time. That's for darn sure, so. Here you go halfway through the field. I wonder if the static cams look any good. Let's take a look. It's a good little battle we got here between the 98 and the 01. Nathan Biggert trying to put some time on the 98 here. Oh, no. The wall came up and bit the 01. Oh, no. I don't know if he got faked out or if he was right there by Roberge. Goes to take the outside. 98's on the inside. 98 here. Break down. Turning into the corner, and then, oh no. Just carried a lot of speed into the corner there as Nathan Biggert had the back bumper of Roberge in sight. Got to be aggressive and get the pass taken care of, and Roberge able to defend. Wow. Nathan Biggert made the, man, that was tough. Man, oh man, we saw that a lot in the Chicago street course. We really did. Brad Dove coming around, completing his lap 14, picking up another spot here. Biggert's going to be out of the race, and unfortunate. He took a heavy hit there. And, one more time, this is a far chase view here. Nathan Biggert, again, takes the long way around to gain some speed here. 98 shortcuts it, gets into the braking zone, brake. 01. Not as heavy on the brakes as he needed to, and that left front damage blew the engine of that truck. And man, oh man. So 5 drivers on the lead, or 6 drivers on the lead lap. 2 drivers out there still competing. Here's Justin Coy coming across the race line. Brad Dove's going to be there as well. Some drivers getting all of their stuff taken care of. Brad Dove has, he's got a blown engine. Still able to compete though, so we'll see. McCarty, 19.5 seconds. Scott Feltz still out front. 17 laps complete this next time by. As you see the smoke billowing from Brad Dove ahead of the 11 here. Dove coming around, trying to get himself to pit lane. Is going to be in on pit lane. So Scott Feltz will come around and see that. That's amazing graphics there for the drivers. Man, that is a heartbreaker. Came around and bam. Levi McCarty still out front. I'm sorry, Scott Phelps still out front. Levi McCarty trying to close the distance. Roberge, 3.2 back. 22 seconds back from Scott Phelps. 22.5 seconds back from Scott Phelps. Justin Coy coming out of pit lane here. A chance for more tires, more race lines here, more of a chance to get themselves some of those laps as Brad Dove leaves the race. Here comes Charlie Harcum trying to get himself back on pace. Rich Holland up to fifth now as he and Charlie Harcum have a some close times here. 1:38.19. Harcum ran a 1:44.42 this last time by, as the Chicago Street Course was by design, something I wanted to do differently here. And Scott Phelps putting on a heck of a show. How about Noma TV, folks? Noma TV knocking it out of the park and being a part of everything that we do over here. Thank you to our friend Rich Hurst, who is a part of the commentation team over there. Levi having an issue here. I'll have to take a look. More smoke, you see. Here's what happened to Levi McCarty. I think Levi might have did he just goose it? Heavy braking. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Gives the line to Roberge. Just a little nudge. He's all right. Roberge to second. 21.8 second difference here as Levi McCarty comes to pit road, as they should be able to make it on fuel for this marker. But right now, Levi coming in to get the tires looked at here. Roberge holding on. The 22.5 second difference. Scott Phelps has a little breathing room for the time being. We'll see how new tires impact these trucks. We're seeing good laps, but about 3 seconds separate some of the laps that we're seeing the drivers. And right now, Roberge last time by 0.3 of a second faster than Scott Phelps. He's going to need every lap here with 25 laps to go to do some justice. So the NASCAR circuit giving us all the racing you could ask for. How about Rich Holland? Coming around the corner, Levi McCarty, 14 seconds, checking the nose damage, making sure that he's good to go. I do believe he would be good to go. Maybe some fuel and some tires, maybe short pitting here to be able to get some of that time back. Scott Phelps doing what he can to maintain a pace, has a little bit better of a lap time right now than Chris Roberge, 23 seconds here. Roberge doing a great job keeping the truck clean. Jacob Denson's going to be in third now as Spicy pulls about 18.7 seconds to difference as Levi McCarty's going to be back into the throttle here. Tomlinson coming off pit road, got the truck worked on. It's going to be good to go. Nathan Biggert is going to be the driver. He is going to be tracking down for some of that time. There's Brad Dove here as well. Justin Coy on the bottom side. McCarty into the braking zone here. Got a little bit of the wall. As this truck is not handling where he needs it to. Have to get those tires just warmed up. New tires are very slick on this racetrack, especially with the different grooves, the different pavement, the change from asphalt to concrete to just, I mean, there's so many different textures to this racetrack. It's unreal. 35 coming to pit road. We'll get down to speed. Scott Phelps goes and still continues to put himself in the big mix here. 43 seconds to pit lane time as Charlie Harcum in danger of going a lap down. Rich Holland is going to be coming down into pit road here. Pit lane speed very short, very shallow. We'll see if Spicy has any damage, if he wants to get it taken care of. The 11 coming over to the overhead bridge, the McDonald's bridge here, so to speak. It's crazy to see the stoplights and everything that's working here. So insane. It's just insane. So Spicy on pit road is going to be leaving pit road. He had about 3 seconds of damage, it looks like. So he will do what he can here. He's going to be behind, right in front of the race leader, as Scott Phelps will skid the tires a little bit, but gets up into the straight and narrow. Here is Chris Roberge As we're going to be Noma, 25 laps to go. Noma TV again on YouTube. Link it pinned in the comments. It's going to be in the description as well. You can check out all of our sponsors, of course, Beef Jerky Unlimited, and all the fine folks that are out there. Fantastic time for all the drivers. All right. I gotta delete that one. All right. Scott Phelps to pit road. Roberge. We come around and try to lead here. Himself some time as Phelps comes to pit road. Levi McCarty up to third. Denson's going to be in fourth here. Charlie Harcum in fifth. Spicy back to sixth. Just working on his race line as Roberge tries to extend some of this time. Can he put 40 seconds on Scott Phelps? I don't know that he can. Only about a 12-second difference here as they continue to go to work. Justin Coy sideways into the corner. Hold on to it. There it is. There goes the 35. Coy with a blown engine here trying to get himself back around to pit road. And here comes Chris Roberge. The 9 of Tomlinson in front of him. It's going to be an 8th here. Up 3. Alex Thompson off 4. Out of the sitting on pit road getting fixed. So is Riga. He's getting fixed as well. Brad Dove getting some work done. It's all cosmetic. There's the 98. It's going to be there to the outside. 9 gives the lane up. As you see the smoke billowing in front of the 98 here. 8's going to give the preferred line. Great job by Justin Coy. 4 laps down now is Holland. 1:16 and trying to close some of that time back down as Coy looks to give up some race lines. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He knows that he's got some drivers behind him that are going to be very fast here. And oh, baby. Oh, Scott Phelps. Able to save that one. Woo! That was close. Tomlinson did a great job, but he was trying to move out of the preferred line for the drivers. And so we'll see how that works. There's Justin Coy getting around. Tomlinson will have to come to pit road. There's the 98. Trying to hold on. Great job by the drivers. They, as much as this is a tough race course, these drivers are doing a great job of getting themselves to the point where anything can happen. But at the end of the day, it's all about finding that pace. And right now, 1:37.55 is your race leader. Scott Phelps is going to run a much faster lap. Right now, Levi McCarty is closed down about 10 of those seconds he was missing before between he and Scott Phelps. And now with a chance to run with some clean track and run a 1:34 and get himself into this corner as much as he can. And Scott Phelps working the corner here, trying to get himself more time. Having a great race. Good to see him put some time in. Denson just ran his fastest lap of the race, 1:35.18. The longer these drivers run, the more comfortable they can be with the track, the more comfortable they can be with everything else they have going on. And right now, Chris Roberge is one of the drivers you're going to see here who has yet to come to pit road. He's going to be working on that long run race pace. That's what he's going to need to do as he continues to push the time. Charlie Harcum sits in 5th. Daytona is going to be the next race. We're going to have some super speedway action coming up. Roberge coming to pit road for the final time, or for the only time. Pit road speed just under 45 miles an hour. He's running 44. Phelps going to take back over the lead here. And will be credited with the most laps led this time by, as Phelps has done a pretty bang-up job of doing just that, doing what he can to maintain his pace. Levi McCarty goes to second. Jacob Denson working on that P4 spot. Leaders running 134s. 134.17 for Scott Phelps. Levi McCarty 134.07, so a tenth apart. Robert's leaving pit road now with some work to do from third. Jacob Denson in fourth. Charlie Harcum. That's about 10 seconds between he and Rich Holland. Rich Holland holding on for a little bit more pace. 1 minute, 6 seconds. The difference now as Riga leaving pit road. It's got a decently running truck now as he holds on. Another spot for him here as Brad Dove works on it as well. Tomlinson back to pit road. They can shut the trucks off. They can get it worked on. They can get it taken care of. Phelps 11.2 seconds to gap. Levi McCarty very fast on the racetrack, and has had to battle through some of the truck difficulties that you see on a road course. But this is where it is. Top 3 night so far for the 98. Thank you, Noma TV, says Mr. Dinger out there. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you for giving a shout out there to the Noma TV. The Noma TV fam knocking it down. Could always appreciate Noma and what they do. They've been a part of the Signature Esports fam for, man, what has it been now? A hot minute. Months and months. Now, Rich and I go back a little ways, and we've got some time that we're calling. But it's pretty darn cool to see what these drivers have been able to accomplish, but also what these leagues have been able to accomplish. And I'm pretty sure Rich can probably maybe agree with me. I'm not quite sure about what they're doing. And Rich, if you're not calling a race and you've got 5 minutes, we could bring you in and talk about what you do. If you're still out there, sir, and I know that you're a busy man. So if you're not calling a race, love to let these people listen to what you're doing. Of course, I'm in the broadcast channel in the Truck Series if you want to jump in. But yeah. Phelps, McCarty, Roberge, all digging. Roberge, I think, might start. I don't know if he's going to start pushing his truck anymore. He did have one of the fastest pit stops of all the drivers, about 3 seconds faster. They're at a 1:59.77, and on average, a 2:01 and some change. So he's able to get in and out of pit road very nicely, but he's getting little wall taps here and there. And that'll definitely slow you down. So maybe just trying to feel out the tires, get himself rolling. Jacob Denson had an issue on 24. Let's take a look. No, Jacob. No, sir. Or maybe he just locked the tires up. He might have just locked it up. Lock. Whoop, baby. Yeah, just a little bump. It'll buff. It'll buff. You're good, Jacob. You're good. No smoke. No smoke. Levi having to have a heavy break on 25. Ooh. This is what I'm talking about. That section right there. Ooh, heavy brake. Oh, baby. Holy cow. They make me... These braking zones and those walls make me nervous. I'm going to take you on a chase view here, because it's interesting. In the downshift for McCarty. So you've got the streets of Chicago here, and you hear just how loose the rear tires are. Phelps having a great lead here. Braking zone change right here is one of the changes that you're going to see on the pavement. It gets up into a little concrete, and if you brake too soon here, you actually will slide forward. And what McCarty described as earlier was as if you were sliding on ice downhill. And that happens in Chicago quite a bit. I've watched it happen. Hold on to it, Levi. Hold on to it. Scott Phelps having the blast. He's got to How about Chris Roberts? Just ran his fastest laps of the race, 1:33.94, and he's about 2 seconds faster than Scott Phelps. And Levi having a little bit of an issue on that last lap. We'll see what he runs this time. 1:34.77, so a second and 2/10 faster than Scott Phelps right now. Scott just trying to take it easy, has a margin to maintain, does not need to burn the tires up. That's one of the things I was talking to Levi about when it came to his race line and what he has for his for what they needed to do was do you maintain a gap? Do you get a gap and maintain it? Because that's kind of what we're seeing right now. Rich Holland actually running decent laps as well, 1:37.59. He's 1:13 off the pace. As Charlie Harcum about 8.9 ahead of him. A top 5 night, not a bad night for any of these drivers that have been putting in the time, putting in the effort. We'll see. Jacob Denson is going to be there in fourth. Thompson able to get back out. Got no hood, got no right side. Wants to get some more laps in. Needs about 11 of them, and he has enough time to be able to do it. Right now, Thompson has the 88 right there as well. That was the 80. What happened here? Thompson was leaving pit road. And here is Charlie Harcum. Getting into the braking zone. Brake. Oh, he just locked it up. Oh, no. Hold on to it, Charlie. Hold on to it, everybody. Holland. Sees the 69 over again in front of him. Braking zone for all of them. Again, change of pavement there. 35 looking to go to the inside of the 9 or the 69 here, but may just be trying to take it easy. There's Riga right there with a little bit newer tire. Braking zone for the 35. Try not to smack into the 69 here. Braking zone there to the inside. Ooh, baby. Great track awareness for the 69 there. Try to stay out of the way. As now Harcum and Holland, the closest battle we have at the moment. Actually, take that back. Scott Phelps had an issue. Scott Phelps into turn 1. I'm not turn 1, into turn 6. Oh, no. Oh, no. Just got onto, that's what we talked about, that downhill section right there. Feels like some glass, and Levi McCarty now able to capitalize on it. And now the battle for the lead is within 4/10 of a second of each other. Bumper-to-bumper action here now for the lead as Harcum and Holland go at it too. Levi McCarty has had mistakes. Scott Phelps, the flawless through that lap right there as Levi tries to put some time between he and Scott Phelps. Phelps has had to save, but in the downhill section, what a round. So your leader now within 7/10 of a second. So we see everybody having all kinds of disadvantages to each other. And watch out now, because Chris Roberts can look ahead and say, I've got better tires. I could win this race. A second now for Dirty Air. Braking zone for turn 1 here for the 51 who gets sideways. And now Phelps with an opportunity to close the distance down. 51 into the corner. Roberts in sight right about here. That's what 7 seconds on this big, giant street course looks like. He can see the leaders, and you know he's itching. Roberts looking ahead. Into the short chute before the turn. Turn 5 is good. Turn 6 is the left-hander you're going to see up here. He can see those two. And right now, under 7 seconds, early braking zones for him. And he's just trying to manage the truck. A top 3 night for him is a good night. Downhill, he is third in points coming into today's race. Going to take the right-hander here. That's going to be turn 7, turn 8 right here around the horseshoe. Turn 9 is going to be the uphill right here. Turn 9 right here. A little bit of extra speed, carries out of the corner. Turn 10, a little bit of dog leg to the right. Sharp left-hander as the short chute goes. A little bit of pace, a little bit of speed. The uphill, remember, this section runs very slick. And as these tires start to slick off, that's what it is. Final turn as they come around here. And onto the front straightaway, 6 1/4 seconds as Levi McCarty tries to leave Scott Phelps around. Alex Thompson back around as well, trying to complete some laps. He had an issue right here. This was maybe turn one, maybe just downshifted too much, or maybe just got into the brakes. Not enough brake, just a hard turn. Little bump. He's good. Backs up, goes forward. Right now, Thompson coming. Levi McCarty, Scott Phelps, Thompson into the short chute. Carries the corner. Straight away. Going to get out of the way for the leader. Does a great job of staying out of the way. And right now, it's going to have to be shorter in the braking zone here. Lets the leaders go by. 51-11. 51, driving every bit of this track as much as he can. Robert's out of the turn as well. What a race. The top three all within a throwing distance. How about Rich Holland and Charlie Harcum? They had a little battle there. Not a bad little battle. 35 was there on the outside. There's the 88 on the inside. That was the pass there. Harcum just keeping himself apprised of where his race line is. Maybe just try to save some tire. They're close too. They're not far off from each other. I know 4 seconds may seem like quite a distance, but they're spicy. And Charlie Harcum still within a throwing distance of him. Hey, catch my water bottle. 51, 0.8 of a second difference here as Roberts closes in. Jacob Denson, solid top 4 night right now as they work. 300 bits from Budgie. Big old cheer out there. Thank you, Budgie Bird. That is part of our fine folks over on Twitch. Budgie is a mod for OTR Penguin. How about a big old shout out to, first and foremost, Budgie Bird. Because Budgie is awesome. We'll follow Budgie. Thank you for that. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for being absolutely fantastic. And bam! And usually my race controller. A big shout out to Penguin as well. Because Penguin's amazing. Really is. Good people out there. 15 laps to go and the lead, strikingly very close. And right now, Roberts managing the gap as well, closing in just a little bit every single lap. Big time, big energy. Thank you so much for the big cheer out there. You're amazing. I like this. Because, there's nothing better than saying, how about them biddies? It's a biddy. Much love. You don't stream, but that's okay. We're going to give you a shout out anyway. They can go follow you. They can follow you so they can see who you like. And then they can go watch those streamers as well, because everybody has the opportunity to put preferred streamers out there on their profile page. And if you didn't know that, I have a couple of those on mine as well. Which, speaking of which, I need to make sure Penguin is one of those, because it should be there. So always want to make sure that we do that and give support to everybody. How about this battle? Levi, Scott Phelps. And how about the top three, all within 3 seconds of each other now, and this race is heating up. He's heating up. And I've got Roberts there. Sorry about that. You keep doing it. Mandaroon, the racing legend himself. Mandaroon Racing all across the platform. Go find him out there. That's another streamer that you should go follow. I know he's not streaming right now himself. I know he's taking a break from streaming, but the dude is a legend. He's called the Bear for a reason. That's because Mandaroon will treat you. He's kind of like a Papa Bear. He really is. Really good people. Go check him out. Mandaroon Racing. I got links in the description for all of our sponsors. Oh, little wall. Band of Braking is killer. Thank you for the share, sir. Much love to you. How about this Chicago street course? Put in some close battles here. Nobody able to step away. And the more these two fight here, the more Chris Roberts is like, hi, guys. How you doing? I hope you know I'm right here. How about this street course? This street course looks fantastic on iRacing. I loved it on television. And, as much as I grew up in Illinois, a family in Chicago. As much as I'm not necessarily a fan of going to Chicago a lot of the time just because traffic is atrocious. The street course is absolutely fantastic. So congrats on the city of Chicago for allowing NASCAR to get up there and have some fun with it. I know that the Chicago street course actually has another road course, or another, I think it was an IMSA or F1, I can't remember. Max giving us a like. Thank you, Max. Much love to you, Max. I appreciate you. Thank you to all the likes. I haven't said it yet, and I know we're 13 laps to go, but make sure you do like, follow, subscribe on all of our platforms, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and we're also live on Twitter, or AKA X, whatever you want to call it. X is your Twitter. I don't know. I don't really know how to place that, but you know, we're on Twitter. We're live on 4 platforms. So if you're out there watching on Twitter, much love. Thank you for hitting that like and that follow and that share button. It does go along with Sports Stream, supports these drivers, supports our platform and our program. We have Daytona coming up in 2 weeks. So if you are out there and you want to race and you want to be a part of this, the small donation entry fee, quote unquote, whatever you want to call it. Levi to the inside. You see Riga coming up into the short chute again. Now they roll. How about the 11? Try to get over the back bumper. 69 gets out of the way. Drivers going up into the uphill. How about it? One more lap for Roberts to close down some more time. Oh! Levi McCarty into the wall. The uphill. This is what we talked about. Gets free. Braking zone. Down to the corner. Brake. Feels like he's on ice. Pop. It goes. Roberts. Now Scott Phelps back to the lead. Levi McCarty back to third. Has some nose damage here at right front. Looks like it is having an issue. But Chris Roberts, the Canadian, all over the back bumper of Scott Phelps. Roberts has been flawless through the race. Phelps, only that one mistake that put everything where it's at. McCarty coming around has to limp the truck here and really needs, I don't know, man. That hopefully he's going to be able to maintain that gap. 11.13. This was a great battle building for the top 3. And if I know Levi, he's not done. He's not done trying to burn the fastest laps he can. Roberts 135.75 on the braking zone for the 11. 98 needs to not make a mistake here. And that's what I'm talking about. Don't run the driver's line. Don't run Scott Phelps' line. Run your own line as Phelps digs the corner. Roberts bought the track today. A lot of these drivers probably bought the track today. I don't know that they've ever ran it. I don't know if they have. I don't know if Scott's ever ran it, but I tell you what, this has been it's been a great race to watch. You know, spectating this thing has been insane. How about Levi McCarty, solid for third right now. Is going to be able to roll. Riga is going to be the driver in front of him. 69 rolling the corner. Is going to be right in front of Levi McCarty. Levi into the braking zone. Is going to 69 gives up the race line. 51 comes back to pit lane. Jacob Denson, the next driver, rolling. Levi with some heavy right front, maybe changing tires, might be able to fix that. We'll see. As right now, half second, the difference between Scott Phelps and Chris Roberts. Roberts has only won one time in the Signature Esports league history, but he has yet to win in our platform here on this truck series. So I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do. Roberts down to the bottom side as the air drifts out. 98 trying to run his line where he wants to. Braking zone different for each driver as Roberts has segments he's better at. Scott Phelps up near the wall. Roberts keeping it clean, and that's where Roberts keeps his line clean, is right there. Scott Phelps, Chris Roberts. Wall taps. Roberts clean. Roberts' line is just very clean. Right now, Levi McCarty on pit road, getting some damage worked over. How about Spicy? Giving his time up. Trying to take some time and trying to work on his rhythm. Right now, 19 seconds the difference. Charlie Harcum looking for a top 5. Levi coming off pit road. Got some of the damage worked on. Able to work on that. Has a little bit of that right side. Still a little bit down, but it might have done enough to keep that truck working. And right now, Roberts all over the back bumper of Scott Phelps. 10 laps to go here. Man, oh man. Less than 15 minutes of racing left as Phelps gets sideways and Roberts there in the draft zone. 98 there into the corner. The race is on between the 11 and the 98. This is the battle for the lead. If Roberts can somehow get around the 11 here, this is going to be where you talk about race pace and where these things have to figure out. Right now, the 98 still there on the back bumper. Half second the distance. The 2 right there. Roberts all within that striking distance, can take the line. Going to break earlier than Feltz. Feltz sideways, just a little bit cleaner line, gets a little loose on corner exit. Harcum had an issue on 35. Not take away from what these drivers are doing. Harcum, I do believe this is that downhill section I talked about. Trying to make sure that you don't lose it, and that's such a difference on those race lines. And right now, the battle's still going. Half second is Roberts being very kind to Scott Feltz right now. Can he get around him here as the downhill section works? Roberts up off the corner. 4/10 of a second straight away for the 98. Right near the wall. Can Roberts find a way around Scott Feltz, who is trying to send every corner? Roberts with the better tires came in about 3 laps later than the rest of the field. I'm sorry, 2 laps better than Scott Feltz, but Scott Feltz had a spin out earlier and also was battling Levi McCartney for a hot minute. Levi in 4th here, trying to put himself a little bit more on pace, gets himself moving forward, has about 15 seconds to close in. His last lap was his pit lap. We'll see what he can do now. 2:30 was his last lap. He's the top 5, still trying to battle for points. Has a great race going for him so far. Got to get to Jacob Denson, who's about 14 seconds ahead of him. Roberts into the fast section here, gets himself to the way outside. Not going to try to send the corner. This reminds me of the things that we saw in the NASCAR race with 9 laps to go. The NASCAR race on television when we watched Van Gissenbergen get himself around. Oh, VSG. How about the 11? 98 has a chance. Can he make the move? Not going to get there. Gives the braking zone to the 11. And right now, the 11 to the 98. Jacob Denson, a.k.a. the Jared Machine. Trying to close it back down. Right behind him, Levi McCartney, 12.6 seconds. Closes in a ton of time the last time. 5 seconds for that lap. 9 laps to go as Scott Feltz tries to take the right-hander here with Roberts on the back bumper. Roberts offering the pressure that he needs to. Down the front straightaway, we're going to be 8 laps to go here as the draft being broken by the 11. Roberts eases up the race line, gets himself into the corner, and right now, Brad Dove coming off pit road. Can Roberts do it? That's the question. Can he force a mistake on the 11? Dove into the wall back here. I think he got all of that damage fixed. Just to work on the tires. Roberts just looks more calm. But the 11 still sliding corners, looking like literally looks like he's having fun. I mean, if I could slide the corners like these drivers could, I would feel like I would be having fun as well. Into the braking zone they go. Closing in, Roberts down to the back, downhill section. This one's rough. This is the one I talk about so much. Drivers losing it into the corners. Roberts there on the back bumper, trying to strike, coming back into a short shoot onto the to the horseshoe section here up by the park, up by the big pond here in Chicago. Roberts cool, calm. So is Feltz. Feltz looking more strong here now as they prepare for the final turn onto the front straightaway to make it 7 laps to go. Roberts there to the back bumper again. Roberts free, catches it. Just got on the throttle a little bit too much in that second gear. Doesn't hit anything, keeps it clean. And now we'll have to go back to work. And with 7 laps to go, needs to play catch up. Jacob Denson, 1 minute back. And that's what you're seeing. And that's why you see the 1.3 and a full minute. 61 seconds the difference here for Jacob Denson. And right now, Levi McCartney, each lap closing it back down. This is an unforgiving course, but can be forgiving when it comes to the race line. How about Rich Holland trying to keep himself just as clean inside the top 5? Spicy part of Dark Horizon Fishing. One of these things that I always try to talk about when it comes to Dark Horizon Fishing is that man is the most amazing man and loving father that you'll ever meet. So make sure that if you're a dad out there and you're a gaming dad, make sure you give a shout out to those fine folks and your family out there, because those wives put up with us doing these kinds of things. 6.5 seconds between he and Charlie Harcum. Lap times pretty equal between the two drivers. Harcum, you see at 16.9, 17 seconds, and Spicy goes through the horseshoe section here of the I guess they're going to call it a chicane. I'm not quite sure, but here comes Roberge again. He's within that second mark. He was 1.3 back, 7 laps to go, and we know that Roberge just is a little bit faster here, and now has to really put in the time, put in the effort. His lap time's gonna hurt for this lap. Jacob Denson in third. You'll see Levi McCarty coming to the frame back there, closing it in 3.5 seconds, 28 in third. What a great race this has been. Belts rolling the corner. Roberge in second. Full second here now as 6 laps to go. There's Charlie Harcum there. You see the 11. Maybe some help from the teammate. Maybe on the block. Little left rear scrape. You see the little bit of wall scrape for the 98. This is where capitalizing on opportunity can happen. The fastest sector of the racetrack coming up right now. The dog hill to the right. Dog leg to the right. That's turn 4, turn 5 coming up right here. Long straightaway speed, left-hander for turn 6. Again, the braking zone for Roberge just is a little bit more clean, but the speed the 11 is carrying here is insane. Harcum in front of these two. 5 laps to go the next time by. The 11 trying to keep the lane away from the 98. You see, now comes the fast section here as these two go to work. The battle out front for these two has been absolutely thrilling to watch. Roberge playing catch-up once again. Charlie Harcum right in front of these drivers, just off the lead lap, right in front of the leaders. 6/10 of a second now the gap between the two. Straightaway is going to be to the top 2. Charlie Harcum giving the race line. Into the braking zone. 98 is going to take it. Harcum doing the gentlemanly thing to do in 6th here, and rolls the corner. Again, 12 drivers in today's race. I didn't expect a big race today, but I tell you what, the racing that these drivers have been putting on has been absolutely thrilling. What a great time. How about Levi McCarty getting around Jacob Denson here and able to get the truck worked on for 45 seconds to fix the little bit of the toe link issue that I think was going on there. And still has a little bit of a front nose problem, but he's out there running. He's in third, able to rebound the day that he had. Probably one of the faster trucks out there. But I tell you what, on the long run, Roberge is doing a phenomenal job of holding on to this racetrack. 5 laps to go here as the drivers come around to the long straight before the turn 6 turn right here on that corner. And right now, Roberge, whoop, baby, takes it wide. Here comes Charlie Harcum. Closing in 9.6 seconds to Rich Holland. You see the braking zone be a little bit different. Holland to Denson, 18.5 seconds. Can Rich Holland, over the next 5 laps, close any of this race line down? About Riga back out here. Still putting in the effort in 7th. Brad Dove still competing. Justin Coy out of the race. Brad Dove still working on his 23 laps. He's got some time here. Thompson out there running as well, trying to get the laps he needs. He needs 4 more laps for 1 more position to keep himself, giving himself some time. And right now, we're going to be 4 laps to go. What a race. This has been fun. I like it. I want more leagues to run this track. Could you imagine one of these bigger leagues with these big fields? That'd be insane. Spicy in 5th. Working on his road course effort here. Slides the tires just a little bit here. 132 back as the top 2 go to work. Spicy inside line working on it. Scott Phelps in tow, right behind. between these two with Roberge. What it's been every lap for the last 5 laps. Dashboard for Feltz through the throttle. Second gear out of the corner. Little uphill. How about Roberge going to the outside? Knows where he wants his line to be. He's doing just that. 11. Oh, into the wall. 98. Able to capitalize. Can he do it? Into the horseshoe chicane section here in the Chicago Street Course. Race line for oh man, a little wall tap there. 0.8 of a second difference here. 4 to go as they all hit the inside wall. Everybody trying to cut off as much of this track as possible. Roberge is going to be able to close in as a little wiggle out of Scott Feltz. Can Roberge do it? We are going to be 3 laps to go. Alex Thompson having an issue. Hopefully he's going to be able to get rolling. He is about 3 laps short from another position. As right now, Roberge in tow. Straight away for the 35. Dove leaving pit lane, trying to get one more spot. Scott Feltz, Chris Roberge, a lot of traffic. Jacob Denson back here, leaving it on. As Thompson trying to go to work here. Trying to get into the corner. Going to work the corner here. It's going to be there to the outside. It's got a blown motor here. Driver letting drivers go by, doing the right thing here. Sees Riga right there as well. It's going to let Riga go by. Great job by Alex Thompson. And Alex Thompson didn't run a driver cam today. I'm sorry about that. Beef Jerky Unlimited driver cams for the fine folks. He's got himself rolling. He's going to come back around. And, of course, you only have 3 laps to be able to serve the penalty. He needs... Hopefully it's not a completely blown engine because he needs some time. You're just a little short, Alex. You're just a little short there, sir. Oh, baby, here comes Brad Dove. Oh, baby, there to the inside. Tight squeeze. Great job by both drivers. About Levi McCarty in third, trying to track down just a little bit more time. In that little bit of an accident earlier. Hurt some of the challenges, hurt some of the struggles. Again, Noma TV, you got to go follow him. There's a link pinned, folks. Go check him out. He absolutely put some time in. There is the Fairfield Auto Group driver, 108 back. Had an opportunity. Roberge fell off 9 seconds. And here's how that happened. Into the braking zone. Back to the main screen. Went to go to the inside. Oh, got sideways. Oh, his first mistake cost him 9 seconds. So Scott Feltz with some breathing room now. Had Roberge on the back bumper. Roberge got the tires worked out. No more mistakes. Keep it cool. Keep it calm. Here's Rich Holland. Holland solid for 5th right now. 14 seconds between he and the driver behind him, Scott Feltz. Coming around, a little bit of breathing room. Roberge didn't put the pressure on, but had the truck to do it. Not that big of a deal. Not that big of an issue. 1.08 is the gap. 1 minute, 8 seconds between first and third. 4 drivers on the lead lap. Denson, the last driver on the lead lap, will be able to come around and complete this. So this is just all about finishing this race right now. But Roberge turns up another second there. Closes in that gap. It's almost 10 seconds. Now back to 9 flat. What a race this has been. A great race. Even from a small field at the Chicago Street Course. I'm a fan. How about it? White flag waves. Final lap for Scott Feltz. I knew he was going to get into his winning ways. We talked to him. We like talking to him. The B&H Racing team, see Brad Dove go around there. He's going to go a lap down, another lap down. He'll be fine. He's in 8th. That might be the end of his race. Might be. No, he's going to have to come around for this one. So that'll be fine. Spicy right behind and a top 5 night. Roberge 8.8. Just has to maintain that gap for second. Scott Feltz down to the bottom side. Short chute section here. From the fastest... some of the fastest speed you're going to see out of turn 5, getting ready for the left-hander at turn 6. Roberge with an opportunity, did a phenomenal job, and still running the fastest laps out there and still trying to close it down. What a sportsman there. He didn't want to push it, but I tell you what, he's got some time and a lot of catching up to do. Scott Phelps coming around here, ready to take it home. We'll have the cool down lap to go and celebrate as turn 9 is done. Turn 10, the right-hander here. Final 2 turns coming up. Turn 11. One more over the hill. No mistakes here. Take it easy. You don't need to do all that much. Chicago Street Course. Showing up today as Scott Phelps gets a victory here for the B&H Racing Team. Chris Roberts will finish second back here. And then Levi McCarty will come around. I think he's got this one locked in. Rich Holland will finish 5th. A lot of drivers still out there competing. Still trying to get their laps complete. As they'll cool it down here on the race line. Scott Phelps put up a heck of a battle. Levi McCarty had the lead at once. Roberts had the lead at once. Scott needs the most laps here as the drivers get out here and try to get their races complete. And a good race line for the Ford as the B&H Racing Team knocks it out of the park. Again, Roberts one more time around, doing a great job. Levi McCarty really battled the racetrack today and was very fast all race long. A top 3 night was destined for him tonight. Able to keep the truck moving in a positive direction as well. He'll come around and he will finish 3rd as Jacob Denson will be the last driver on the lead lap to come around and complete the race laps here at Chicago. And Riga able to do so as well. You see the 98 right there with them. Riga will come around and get that. Scott knocks it out of the park. Spicy goes around, gets himself some time. Levi finishes the races. Jacob Denson. I think we are very close to the drivers finishing here. Riga is the only driver yet to cross the start-finish line, I do believe. They will do so. So rocking the 69. We'll need to cross the start-finish line first. There he goes. All right, there it is. What a race that was. It was a good little battle. The 11 will burn it down. That was a, you know what, great race for being a road course. How about it? The Noma TV Chicago Street Course. A success. And way to do something different, right? That's it. I like it. I did something different there, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. That's for sure. As the 11 will burn it down here, as Roberts will finish 2nd. Levi McCarty will finish 3rd. Roberts closed in 2 more seconds there at the end of that one. And I know Scott had just, you want to finish that one at the end. So absolutely fantastic. Roberts finishes in 2nd. Levi McCarty in 3rd. Denson, Holland, your top 5. Harcum, Riga, Dove, your top 8. Coy, Tomlinson, Biggert, and Thompson. We will talk to these drivers here, of course. Big shout out to Noma TV. Go check him out. Thank you to Spicy and thank you to Patsfan on YouTube as well. Patsfan brings us our race information each week and our starting grid, and he is one of the guys that puts the time and effort into making his craft even better. He's working on becoming an iRacing commentator, but also does like to stream his games on his YouTube channel. So go check him out. Young man's trying to do great things, and is just being phenomenal, of course. But we got to talk to him because what a race that was. This was a great time. It's not very often other than Watkins Glen that I'm like, I like this street course. And that's what I did today. Let's talk to him. There he is. Scott Phelps, the 11, gets a win. I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting to say that you got it. But I tell you what, man, what a race you guys had today. We had check your pants moments. We had battles with the top 3, and then mistakes ultimately kind of changed the dynamic of the race. But what a great time it was. I enjoyed this. I don't know if you did, but I enjoyed this race.
I didn't. I have to tell you, Jason, to be honest with you, I did not enjoy it. that was what I would call unnecessarily stressful. I mean, we were cruising for the good part of the race.
And then
I
all
have
of a
to say that
sudden,
was stressful. All of a sudden, and I don't know what happened to this point. I still don't know. I mean, obviously I did something right, but I thought I was cruising fine. I might have just got ahead of myself at one point, and then to have to 3-point turn. I mean, that's just
yeah, it takes so much time,
ugly.
especially with these walls on either side. One thing and it was where the most common mistake was, is that downhill section somewhere around the back portion of it, where it goes from asphalt to, it's where the walkover bridge is, or where that bridge is.
Yeah.
When you hit your brakes on the concrete, or on the asphalt portion of it, or you hit it on the concrete instead of the asphalt, and you could watch your rear tires lock up. It was insane to see.
And that makes sense, because that sounds like something I might have done. So that definitely makes sense. But yeah, I was sitting there thinking, I did not just, do what I just did.
Levi gets around. You guys have a great battle. Robert slowly catches you. Of course, Chris went for the long run strat there, and it was putting it to you. He was there, and then of course, at a certain point, you either pass or you force yourself to make a mistake. And I think that's what happened with Chris there. Just got a little bit too hard on the gas there, and he looped it a little bit. But I mean, a loop here can make you can make or break 9 or 10 seconds.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, shout out to Levi. He was right place, right time. He definitely was fast. I hate to see him go on the wall. I mean, we were racing hard. I don't know if it looked like it, but I tell you what, I was driving the wheels off of that thing when me and Levi were going at it, because I just was sitting there thinking, I am not going to blow this. I hate that that's how it happened, but yeah, huge props to Chris. I mean, that dude was on fire. For him to come, right up in there at the end, and battle for the lead. I mean, I went around and had some damage, but he was consistent the whole race. And, I don't know what happened to him, but all of a sudden he just wasn't there, and can't say I was happy about it, but I was a lot less stressed out. My heart rate might have went down a few ticks, but yeah, it was a lot of fun racing with both those guys. They were definitely very fast.
Yeah, Chris was he's the long run strat. He didn't run his fastest lap for the race until, I don't know, lap 30, lap 33, somewhere around there. And that was because he was up there racing with you guys and had right. somebody to compete with, because there for a little while, I just started watching him pick off some people. But man, you started on pole, you led the most laps, and you get a win. I think who doesn't have a win? Is it Charlie?
It's Charlie. Oh, it's Charlie. Oh yeah. If you want a good shot of him, you can check out the back of my truck bed. The truck bed here has got a beautiful picture of good old Charlie on there. I was hoping to put it in victory lane so that we could show that off.
Oh, it's happening right now, sir.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Charlie's the one without a win. I like that you brought that up, by the way. I wasn't even thinking about that, but props to Jared, because he was the first one to say B&H has swept the last 4.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously saying he's won the last 3. So I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah, I can confirm I beat Charlie Harcum in this race. Yes.
Yeah, Charlie finished 6th. Charlie struggled halfway through, and then I think he started figuring out his groove. But I want to give props where props are due. However, Charlie, where did this freaking picture come from? I don't know if I want a backstory, or if does he wear overalls often?
Oh, he loves to walk around the house. That man loves 2 things: overalls, 3 things: overalls, coffee, and building a fire. You give him those 3 things, he is set for life.
I love it. I've had much respect for every one of you, since we've been introduced years and years ago. But it's still amazing to see some of the things that you guys do. Of course, tagging me on TikTok. Thank you guys for doing that, of course.
Absolutely.
And getting out there and having some fun and put on a show, not only for your content creators and as you guys as content creators and for your streams, but also for having some good times and good fun. And if he writes music or if he plays music, that's pretty cool. I like that. I know he's playing a G chord there. That's about as good as I can get.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I would just like to say one thing too. There was a guy, we raced some other places during the week. There was a guy in a different league broadcasting. You do the best job, I would just like to say, out of all of it. But this guy said, I was leading some laps. I go back, I watch the broadcast, and he makes the comment while I'm in the lead. He's like, man, I mean, I'm just so impressed. I mean, it's a Cinderella story, having Scott Phelps up front. I would just like to say, I am not a Cinderella story. I'm not that bad, okay? And I like to think that I proved it today.
I will always say it's not about, and it's nothing against any other person that's in our league, because everyone in our league has an opportunity to win at any track because they put in the time and the effort, right? My thing was not a Cinderella story. It's just when you're going to win. Like, I kind of expect it. I expect you to be fast, expect Levi to be fast, Jacob, Charlie, Richard, even Biggert was in this race. Nathan Biggert, 34.46 on the iron. He just hooked a corner too hard and nailed a wall. So the guy that I would have picked as my favorite to win, had issues as well. So that would be that, and that's not to take that away from anybody.
You're good.
And just because he's just one of those road course guys, and he's really good at it. But you started up front. You started on pole. You put up the right lap. You put up the right time, and you did exactly what you needed to do, and you delivered. And that doesn't mean there's no Cinderella story there. That's doing your job.
You just said it. That's it.
All right, brother. We'll give you shout outs, man. You had a phenomenal race, and I'm so happy for you. You wanted, this was great. Like, I know it was unneeded stress, but it was a great broadcast. It really was.
Oh yeah, you're welcome for that. I'm glad I could put on a show. Yeah, you're welcome. I immediately thought of you up in the booth, going, I bet he's having a blast now. I'll give my shout outs. Obviously, Phelps Media, little self promote there. B&H Racing, IT, whatever it is. Chuck can say what he wants, but I mean he does a lot to get us out there every week. So shout out to them. Little Miami Brewing. If you find yourself in Ohio and you got a kayak, hey, you can just sail right up there and grab a beer. Little Miami Brewing. Shout out to them. And Ray's Imports. That's the other one. And obviously, shout out to the teammates. They're a blast to sit around 45 laps to Chicago.
Yeah, I it's probably a little bit long. Canoe ride up, B&H Racing out there. Love the ending. I will look at your car. I will do. Cinderella says B&H. Split wood keeps the biceps in shape. You ain't lying. I see that. Big shout out to you guys. Much love. I appreciate it. Brad, thank you for the like, sir. Hold on. I'm going to give a big old shout out to B&H right now, because I want to make sure that they can go and find you guys, because I do love it.
There will be some TikToks of this race up. You just look out for them.
I'm going to enjoy it. So, folks, twitch.tv/B&H Racing. It stands for Biscuits and Ham. We'll say it that as well.
Nailed it.
It's the way it is. Definitely. All right, Scott, much love, man. I will see you in 2 weeks. I think, and I know that the team probably knows, but again, reminder, we're going to take Valentine's week off, and we can spend it with the fam and, or, your dog, whoever it is.
Yeah, absolutely, Jason. A lot of fun talking to you.
We'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
You will.
Scott Phelps next knocks it out of the way. Let's talk to this man. What a race you had, and I bet you're still on your camera. We're still going to pop you back over. Chris Roberge finishes P2, and I thought you had it. You had a chance. You were kind. Maybe you were the nicest. I'm glad you put that up there. You're the nicest Canadian, right? Because you are. You truly are. Let me move the beef jerky logo up, because beef jerky deserves their spotlight too, of course, with you. The nicest Canadian, of course, and that is no truer than anything you've ever done. And I think your braking zones were different than everybody else. You did a phenomenal job. Tell me about your race, man.
Oh man, the track I was practicing. The track was a little slick, so I had to try and adjust my braking style there. So I was just doing some practice with that. The track was pretty good for that. And then at the race, I just want to stick around, waited. And then when I pitted, actually I was surprised it didn't eat the tires that bad on this track at all.
Considering the change of pavement to asphalt to the Chicago streets of whatever would have been on the streets at that particular point, it wasn't that bad.
No, it was pretty bumpy too.
Right.
I tried a little bit too much throttle. You can't go full throttle most of the track on the straights because because the bumps makes your truck a little lighter, and it will suit you to the left or the right as where you throttle through. So it's throttle control for that. And then the rest is just trying to stick with that. Hit that marks.
They hit those marks. B&H Racing out there says, "Well done, Chris. Great race. They enjoyed running with you." Scott gave you a ton of props, of course. This was exciting. You've only had one win under my label, and it was a long time ago. And I had to go back and look because I was like, "What was it?"
That was actually Phoenix a while ago with the Gen 4 cars. I remember that one.
Yep.
It was Phoenix when everybody decided to just left.
Yep.
And I just stuck around and I won the race.
Yeah, so it was a good time, and I know it's coming. We got a super speedway coming up in 2 weeks. It's going to be go time there. I know how you like to push people, and you know there's a lot of good finishes that you get out of this. So today is one of those. You came in sitting third in points coming in today, and this is a good day for points for you too.
Yeah, kind of surprised I let some laps out of this too.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually my very first time running this track at all. So I'm kind of surprised and wow.
Striker, thank you for the like. Big shout outs from Striker as well. He says, "My man, Chris 98, what a run. Congrats to all the drivers." Striker, you should run this track. This was an amazing race. And so I know there's issues like, you know, drivers getting in the walls and stuff like that. Wrecks were awesome. This track was fun. And it just goes to show that you were there 0.4 of a second off of Scott there, and just one mistake and it cost you 8 or 9 seconds, and it changes the dynamic of the race, because there for a moment you had the long run speed to maybe make a pass or maybe make a push on the last lap.
I was actually, because it's hard to pass on this track, really hard to pass. Because the people with a different braking zones than anybody else. I was actually waiting until he had a little slip up, and I got up and past him. What happened to Levi? He was leading, and then Scott and I just went past. We were waiting for something mistake. Someone will make a mistake in this race, and well, I kind of made myself a mistake. So it's good job for Scott for taking the effort. I went out of that.
Now let me adjust something here. Nathan Biggert was behind you 1 minute, and Nathan Biggert was not behind you the next minute when you were taking that right-hander. Is falling too close here just kind of into a corner kind of a bad detriment in some of these corners?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Because we're in different brake zones, so I think because I brake a little earlier than anybody else sometimes, I think Bigger didn't expect me to brake that too early, and he just decided to hit the wall hard.
Oh, he hit it hard. That was rough. And Nate's, we know, is fast. Nate is fast at pretty much every road course we've seen him.
Well, he just bought this track too, so he
wanted to run it. He wanted to run it, but with the 3,400 I rating, I think almost everybody. I don't know, B&H guys, you tell me, did you guys just buy this one too? Hey, tell me out there if you did, yeah, because I want to know. That was insane. So, if you guys did just buy the track, it'd be interesting to see. But I tell you what, Chris, much love, man. I know I got to get over to everybody out here as well. But you got a P2 finish here today. That was a ton of fun. It was a ton of fun.
It was.
All right, give you shout outs. You got a P2.
Yeah, so thanks for Signature Esports here for broadcasting and hosting the race here. Thank you so much, Jason. Thank you for beef jerky for the cam thing here. It's great to have everybody to see everybody else. And then Top Shot for supporting me on this race. And we actually are running this track, I think, a couple weeks from now or something like that. I think one of the times, I don't know what day, but we are running this track. Big thanks for my godson here. Probably want to watch me. He probably gets excited, of course. And my wife, of course.
Love to hear it, brother. All right. And a fantastic race. Congratulations once again, brother.
Thank you.
P2 finish for Chris Roberge as he knocks it out of the park. Last but not least, the man, the myth, the legend, Levi McCarty drops into the race line. And a couple of times this race, your race was dang near over. And what a battle that you had. What a race line you had. You were probably the fastest driver on the racetrack, no doubt. We talked about it with some of the other drivers and just, buddy, man, this one, we talked about the hard parts of this racetrack before the race, and those hard parts of the racetrack turned up.
I'm getting roasted by all my buddies right now for giving that away. Oh man, that was crazy. I qualified, like I ran a 132 something in qualifying, and I hit the wall, so that didn't count. Second lap, it was like a 133 and hit the wall again, so that didn't count. So I got back there, and I knew I was in big trouble being back there, and then got into a couple skirmishes with just there not being enough space. It wasn't anyone's fault, but yeah, I battled back through. I gained a little bit on pit, but then I guess Scott, he had some trouble and gave me a chance to get back in it and gave me the lead, and then yeah, I just completely threw it away. Yeah, I mean that one stings because I've wanted to get a win at a road course for a long time, and I had a shot there and had the speed, and it just didn't pan out. But I'm gonna get one here. This track is amazing, so thank you for doing this track. I never would have put like any kind of effort into running this if you wouldn't have picked it, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, we all know that my favorite road course is Watkins Glen in every version. I like the boot. I like the short version. I like the chicane. I like every version of that. I think this one just became my new favorite road course because of just the dynamic. It's tough to pass. Mistakes are everything. Clean lines are, I watched how Roberge was able to back his corner up and save tire on the long run. And I watched you and Scott. I mean, if you weren't drifting, it was close enough to be that.
Yeah, I mean the tires, they had a good amount of grip. You just had to be careful how you put the throttle down and where. So it felt sporty, but I got to give a huge shout out to Fletcher. I mean, he really, I watched him the other night run like 10, 12 laps, and just like, just seeing like where he's braking and kind of where he's at and what he's doing with the gears. So I was able to pick it up with a lot of coaching from him, and yeah, I mean he was in spotting for me, and I felt like immediately felt awful just throwing that away just because he coached me up. But I mean it's all in good spirit. Those guys are giving me a hard time, but I would be mad if they weren't, honestly.
I mean, you regardless, I mean, you still battled back to a top three. You went to pit road twice. You had to fix the truck because if you didn't, you wouldn't have been able to. You wouldn't finish where you finished. So, and that seemed like it was. And I'm probably gonna get a little strike for this, but I have to because this is what I saw. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I saw.
Oh man, it was bad.
It was. But you had
I got a meatball, so
oh, you did?
I would have stayed out there, but I wouldn't have caught him anyways. But I had a meatball, so I had to go in and it was like 30 seconds of damage, and I put tires on it, and that's how I ran down Denson because he was on old tires. But I,
It's kind of
I
nice to
just
see that these things with just a little bit of repair could actually run the same laps that you were running before too. That was interesting because not just you, but I watched other drivers that were in the tail end of it actually dig in and run some faster laps at the end of it because even after they got their truck fixed.
the one thing I was noticing, and I'm like really new to road racing, is as the race kind of went on, it's just like you get into a really nice rhythm, and your brakes have like a good amount of like heat in them and everything. So like it gets, or at least tonight or today here, that I was able to get more comfortable with the braking zones and everything as they got a little bit warmer. But yeah, thanks for doing this track. I never would have guessed that I would have enjoyed this track as much as I did.
Neither did I. I just wanted to do something different. Really, that's why my super speedways after this. So I was like, if I'm gonna, well, not just that, but if I'm gonna have the most quote unquote disastrous races you could have next to Martinsville, and I know Martinsville fans. I'm a fan of Martinsville, but I'm not a fan of Martinsville on iRacing at all. And the NASCAR vehicles. There's other vehicles I like it in, but super speedways and road course racing either give you a low turnout or a lot of crashes. So like, and that's part of my thing too, is that I probably could have given a fast repair in the midst, everybody could have been, more competitive, but I feel like a fast repair is a disadvantage to what I'm trying to do, which is just put on a good league. You wreck, get it fixed or go home, and not to take anything away from any driver, because I feel like everybody has the opportunity to get out there and run a clean race if you can put 2 and 2 together and do what you can. I know this was a tough race course to do it, but it looked great. I'm surprised at how good this track looks.
Yeah, I was messing around with some of the cameras, like just watching some laps on my actual PC here, and I was curious how it was going to look. So I'm glad that it looked amazing, and like I said, it was fun to run. And I mean, that I forget which turn it is, but there's one turn on this track that is the most fun that I've had in all of some of these sim racing tracks. Just like how challenging it is, and yeah,
was it added to
fun.
that long straightaway one that takes you into the short chute to 4? Is you take a left on the straightaway, you take a right, and then you have that big long fast section. Is it that one?
Yep, that's it. Well, cut. Yeah, yep, you got it. That's it.
Yeah, so it's from turn 2 to turn 4, folks. That's what he's talking about. It's the fastest section on the racetrack, because you can just carry so much speed to the inner wall of the dogleg in 3, and then there's like this little short chute that goes from 4 to 5 and goes back to one of the main straightaways. That thing it's fast, and we highlighted that earlier just to see how fast it was, and that's over there by Lakefront Green and the that little park that's right there. So it would be crazy, I know we have plans to go to Kansas and worldwide this year. It might be worth the trip up to Chicago to go see this track. I was impressed with it on television. I'm impressed with it on iRacing. This is cool. I thought it was a good race, even for a 12 truck field. This was a good race.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, it was just nice to beat Denson tonight. That was fun. So I can at least take some solace in that tonight. I mean, those guys will probably be
Golden Dragon
ripping
says
and roaring to get after it next week. So
great races. Well, you know what? 2 weeks. We're gonna take a week off for Valentine's Day week, and we got a super speedway coming up. So that's the next one, Daytona. I figured I'd do Daytona after Daytona, so that way everybody had their super speedway practice in prior to us doing it, so everybody can get all the stuff worked out, and have some fun with it. All right, man. Give you shout outs. P3 Finish. Always a pleasure to talk to you, and I know this one was a good time.
Yeah, Fairfield Auto Group, Fairfield Motorsports. Thanks, Fletcher, for giving me some coaching and everything. Sorry I let you down, but thanks for putting on the broadcast and picking this track. And helping. I hopped in before, and you were helping, some guys, kind of try to figure it out. And I thought that was really cool of you to sit in there and help those guys. So thanks again.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a not only a community, but a place where we can actually have an esports organization deliver coaching and confidence, and regardless if they had a good or bad race today. Again, those kids, they say kids. A lot of these people bought the track today, so they didn't have any idea. My knowledge is from one practice thing, and what I know from NASCAR, and what I watched from you, what I watched from the other drivers, and that's insane to think that you can pick up so much from watching what drivers are doing and helping them correct certain things, and you guys put on a show. That was great. And you got the Merca flag right there, right next to you. It's on your screen actually. It's straight ahead of you. So, all right, brother. Be good. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Much love to you, and we'll have some fun.
Sounds good. Hey, shout out to Feltz. Congrats on the win. I didn't get a chance to congratulate him. He's probably the new top dog over there now at Bacon and Ham Racing. It's awesome. I'm happy for him.
I'm gonna say B&H team is doing it. The only person that hasn't won is Charlie, and if you keep eating Charlie, then you're good.
He'll get one. He'll get one. For sure.
Anybody's capable of winning in this league. I can see it. Regardless, I think anybody's capable of winning.
Yes, sir.
All right, Levi. We'll see you next week, or see you in a couple weeks.
Sounds good.
That's McCarty knocking it out and having a great day. It was a ton of fun. It really was a ton of fun. And these drivers did a phenomenal job. Thank you, everybody, for being out there. Much love to you. CHOPP'N the Cup Series. I need to change the description to actually be correctly, because CHOPP'N it's CHOPP -N. CHOPP'N Up Cup Series will be on Friday. They're going to run their first race. Actually, it's tomorrow. Hold on. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow, that's what we're going to be doing. Chop Racing as the CHOPP'N Up Cup Series. It's going to be a ton of fun to do it. And I'm excited. I'm just very, very pleased with how today's race went. And I have a lot more knowledge about this racetrack now, considering what we just did. So that was awesome. It will continue to be awesome. And I think I have a new favorite road course for the NASCAR series. So, and that's saying something. It's saying something. Folks, be good, be safe, be kind of one another. That's what we do. Thank you to Noma TV. Again, go give him a subscription out there on his YouTube channel. He is awesome. That is at Noma-TV. Again, National Online Motorsports Association. They are another iRacing commentation team out there. As Rich Hurst, he's pretty solid at what he does. He's got the voice for it, and he's been killing it out there. So I want you to go have some fun with him and give him some love. Thank you to the B&H crew for being out there. Those guys are awesome. We love seeing content creators and drivers get out there and just have a great time and enjoy themselves. Thank you to Patsfan and what he does and all the things that he is trying to do. I'm not a Patriots fan, but he is. So we always show our respect for those who have their own faves. Thank you to Dark Horizon Fishing. Thank you to B4Q Unlimited. Thank you to Chop Racing. Thank you to, of course, Mandarood Racing. And thank you to NordVPN. NordVPN is and always will be a preferred sponsor of our series. Of course, make sure you go to NordVPN, use promo code Signature to get yourself a little bit extra discount. If you don't use a promo code, there are links all over our pages that'll take you there as well. That'll automatically apply a discount. Make sure that you do it. Best way to protect yourself from those online thieves is to keep yourself invisible to those online thieves by using a VPN. I use a VPN for pretty much everything that I do, except for the games that I cannot use the VPN for, which crazy, which is in some places kind of cheating. It depends on where it's at. So I have to make sure the VPN's off for that. But for securing my browser, I do use the NordVPN app as well, and the Streamer app. There's some things for content creators out there through NordVPN. There are business solutions as well. I am a huge proponent to him. So go check him out. Thank you to everybody for being out there. Much love to you. Be good, be safe, be kind to one another. Thank you to Spicy and Dark Horizon Fishing. Congrats to Spicy on the top 5. Biggest mover of the race is going to be Levi McCarty. He's up 7. Driver off the most spots, tied between Charlie Harcum and Alex Thompson. Riga up 5. Fantastic race there. Good to see all the trucks out there. And I know it was road course, but we'll be back probably with a lot more drivers coming around here in week 6, and that'll be at Daytona International Speedway in 2 weeks. We'll see you tomorrow for the Chop Shop Cup Series. Be good. We'll see you in the next one.